Hello you guys and welcome back to my channel. Today we are continuing in our spring DIY series that I don't have a name for. I really wish I'd come up with something. And I'm filming this before I actually have looked at the comments on the new video because that video hasn't been posted yet, and so that was not wise of me to ask for your help because I can't use it. Anyways, you guys, let's go ahead. Today we are going to be focusing on the upstairs bedroom. We still have the girls' room to do, and then the landing. This is really where I want to hit it. And if you guys missed the other videos, you can check them out. Basically, I'm trying to make it realistic of, you know, spring cleaning. We're so motivated, we want to get it done, but I always find that I lose steam like a third of the way through. And so I felt like if I broke it up, but also added in either some projects to do on my list or a fun DIY, then that would kind of keep me motivated to do each space. And so far it has worked out very well. In the kitchen, we did a chalkboard and that was so fun. You guys loved it so much. And I appreciate you sharing your prayers with me. I have been praying for you. And then the boys' room, I got the shelves sealed, which took too long, and I'm so glad that I finally did it, as well as some curtains hung. And now today, we've got some fun things planned. Before we jump into today's video though, I wanna thank our sponsor, and that is the Xsense Pro Combination Smoke and Carbon Monoxide System. You guys are going to love this, and let me tell you a little bit more about it.
So this is the Xsense Link Plus Pro Combination Smoke and Carbon Monoxide Alarm with Base Station. As you can see, it comes with 3 of them, and they're easy. You just pop them right off, and then you can turn the battery on, and it starts to tell you what to do.
Hello from Xsense. Location not set. Press the location button to select a location.
So what makes this different from your normal system is that you can actually set all of this up on your phone, and using the scanner and the QR code, it is so easy and it walks you through exactly what to do. And then you can have everything listed based on where it is. So I put my base in the kitchen, and then I went ahead and set up the smoke alarms, and you can see they even have security devices, and you can have it all in one place on your phone. I started by setting up the first one up here in the landing, and I named it just that, and then it walks you right through what to do.
Testing the carbon monoxide sensor.
Was that the string?
The test is finished. Normal working status. Ready to connect. Connected.
Don't let the technology fool you. I promise you it will become your best friend. It makes it so much easier to control, and you can always look at the settings and what's going on. I also love that you can control the volume, so if you have someone who's hard of hearing, you can raise it up for them or lower it if you don't need it as high. The wireless installation makes it super easy to install for those who live alone or for those with no electrical experience. It's as simple as taking the backplate off, screwing in the through screws, and then popping the system on. Or if you're like us and you have super high ceilings and it's hard to get that ladder out to either test or turn the alarm off, it makes it super easy to control it from your phone. Let's say you were doing some spring cleaning like we're doing today, and you left something on the stove and completely forgot about it. The alarm will go off, and then you're easily able to access your phone to turn the alarm off without having to reach any ladders. It can be easily silenced with just a click of the button on your phone. Click the link below and get a 15-day free trial of Protect Plus premium subscription plan with 24/7 professional monitoring service.
You guys, I truly believe that Xsense is an amazing system. I love the ability specifically to be able to have it on your phone. If the alarm goes off, or you know, you're just cooking, it's nothing serious, how you can click and it'll turn it off. I think that is amazing for elderly people, or how we have higher ceilings in our home. It's not the easiest thing to get a ladder and turn that alarm off. So being able to do that from my phone makes it so much handier. Xsense is also wonderful because they decided that we're gonna do a giveaway together. We're actually going to be giving away 2 systems. So you guys can enter down below, let us know why you or maybe someone you love needs Xsense in their home, and we'll have it delivered straight to your door. Thank you so much for Xsense for sponsoring this video. You guys can click the link down below to get one for yourselves, and let's keep going with some spring cleaning. Okay, we are gonna start in the landing, and as you can see, my son already graciously got the couch ready for me. I'm going to wash all of the covers. They are in desperate need. And so let's go ahead and do that, and then clean up, good dusting, all the good stuff. But wash the covers first, so that way by the time I clean the room, we'll be ready to put them back on and it'll be nice and clean. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of this. This is the Chom Chom. I tried not to buy this for a while just because I was like, it's $25, but I was using those lint rollers, and the dog's hair, because our couch is like woven, gets into like, how, I don't know, but into the little tiny woven pieces, and the lint roller was doing nothing. I bought this, you guys. You know, it's a little bit of an arm workout, but It really does get the hair out. And what's crazy is that our dog actually isn't even allowed upstairs anymore because she was using some new rugs as like a bathroom. Gross. Somehow her hair gets all over the couch as if you thought she was like rolling around here in the middle of the night. Anyways, this stuff works. Notice anything?
Yeah, we did.
The curtain rod up here is hanging because two reasons. One is that the curtains I ordered are custom, so they're very heavy. And second is because my son Harvey, when we first got them, liked to play peekaboo. And he was pulling on them. And so the rod has bent down on this side. And so we're gonna replace that curtain rod. That is one of our to-dos today. But I wanna get this room dusted first, and then we'll do that. Okay, so just to compare, this is the one I used before. I still highly recommend these rods. They're great with like my Amazon curtains that I have, or just in general, a normal curtain. Like I still have these downstairs with my Homerilla and even in the boys' room. And as long as you don't have a child pulling on them, it's fine, but you can see it's totally bent. Whereas this should be a lot sturdier and thicker. God willing. Okay, you guys, you have no idea. These walls, I do not like lath and plaster for hanging curtain rods. Hanging curtain rods is probably one of my least favorite things anyways. It's not hard, but for some reason, because I think it's supposed to be easy, when it's a struggle, it just drives me crazy. So these lath and plaster walls we've had an issue with because you can't put normal anchors in them because the lath part is a thin piece of wood. And so the plastic is just gonna get jammed and whatever. And so we were able to fit a couple of them last time, but this side specifically, we just had the biggest issue. So then I did a little bit more research and I discovered that you can get something called a toggle bolt, which you have to drill a bigger hole, but essentially this piece will go into the wall and then you put it behind the wall, and so it has more space to hang on to. And yeah, that's it. Okay, and you break stuff off, blah, blah, blah. So I went ahead and did one just because I wanted to test it out before I taught you guys, and it worked really well. And it's exactly what the box says. You drill a 1/2 inch hole, which is a big hole, put it in, pull it through, and then it latches onto the plaster lath, and then you have to like snap it off. That's what the box says. Anyways, I was like, okay, cool. I only need one for the bottom one, the top one, and we were able to fit an anchor in. I don't even know how. So I'm gonna go put this on, and the holes are different lengths than the old one. So now I have to figure that it's a mess. So this might not happen today, which is so fun. Joys of DIY, you guys love to see it all sides. This is it. It's so fun. This is taking years off my life.
Y'all, product was no joke, and it's why I've been avoiding it for over 6 months. It's so frustrating. This took me all day to get half that rod in, and it was quite the process.
That'll last about an hour.
I had to wait for the plaster to dry on the right side, so I don't like normally doing projects on Sundays. That's why you're seeing me in my after church PJs, but we got it done, and it feels so much better to have this space back to normal for the most part.
You guys, it is a new dawn, it is a new day, it is a new life for me, and that is because the curtains are hung. How many years off my life did I lose by installing that curtain rod? It's too many to tell, you guys, okay? Is it in there perfectly? Time will tell. Time will tell. But you know what? My curtains are up, it's done, and it's better than it was, so I'll take it. And this room feels so fresh and so clean and so good. Now we're gonna go into my daughter's room because I got some fabric to make my own cafe curtains. If you watched last week's video, you'll have seen that I tested out the 2 pages curtains in there, and a lot of you agreed. They're beautiful curtains. They look so much better in the boys' room, but they just weren't dainty enough for the girls' room. And so I went to Joann's, and it's closing, you guys. I am so sad that Joann's is closing. Like, I don't understand. I feel like so many small businesses are gonna be impacted. I used to make baby blankets, and that's where we went for the majority of our fabric. And also just in general for crafting, you know, wanting to do Christmas crafts or just springtime or whatever, just sewing. This is where you go for fabric to get it so affordable, and they have the most prints. So it's a bummer, but we went there, and I wanted to really find a gingham pattern or maybe a stripe, and I wanted it to be possibly neutral, but then the more I was looking at it, it just felt so boring. So I thought, okay, let's do some color. They had no stripes and they had no gingham. So I searched the whole store, and the only 2 that I felt like could make sense were these 2. This yellow just makes me so happy, and I actually thought it might be fun to introduce a whole new color into the room. And the little daisies on it are just the sweetest. So this might not work out for the curtains. It might be way too much yellow, but I thought if I did like a pillow or something like that. So we'll see. I bought that in general. I just went up and down the stairs, sorry. And then this one, the only reason I don't love it is that it very much mimics the pattern of the wallpaper. And I really wanted to find something just going in a completely different direction. Like I said, a gingham or a stripe, but I couldn't find gingham. But I felt because it's a lot of a smaller pattern that you're not going to be like comparing it as much to the wall. It is different. And so there was only 2 yards of both of these fabrics though. So I'm praying that I have just enough to make 4 cafe curtains for the windows, because the windows are quite large. So we're gonna go ahead and make these right now. Well, the room's a little messy. The room's a little messy. I need to clean the room. Wait, I was gonna sew these in there, but the room is messy. So we're gonna go in there and tidy up the room. Then I'm gonna make these curtains, and then we're gonna clean. And I think we might have to wait because I ordered all of the accessories and hardware and stuff yesterday. Okay, you guys, I'm a little bit behind. It's okay, let's just go.
If you guys don't already know who the boss is of our house, I think that this clip will clearly show you that it is a 3-year-old boy named Harvey. Anyways, you guys, we are moving right along in the cleaning of this room. It felt so good to get everything dusted, but I need to know, do any of you also have children that like to throw all of their things beside their bed or under their bed, you guys? It's ridiculous. Also, those vintage hampers have come in so clutch for holding each girl's stuffed animals. I love them so much. So now we are going to hurt ourselves. We're going to be attempting to make the curtains, and I say attempting because you just need to keep watching. So for cafe curtains, I basically like to hem them on all sides, and because I only had so much fabric, my hem was a little bit smaller. So I just folded over once and then again, so that way you get that nice clean edge all the way around.
All right, y'all. These are the dinkiest cafe curtains ever. I still have to wait for the hardware to come in tomorrow, so we're gonna pick this back up tomorrow. But I don't know what I was thinking when I did this. I like held up the curtain and said, oh yeah, it's gonna cover it all. But what you really wanna do when you're making cafe curtains is make sure each panel covers the entire width. So that way when you close it, you have that like pretty little rumpled effect and like more of it.
So one of the main comments that I get when I show these spaces with all of my thrifted finds is, oh, well, I'm glad I don't have that much because I don't have to dust it. Well, the joke's on them because I don't really dust it anyway. So the last time this was dusted, I think was Christmas, which as you can tell was probably a little too long. I honestly need to dust a little bit more.
I really need to go and make dinner. I was hoping to get to the girls' closet today. It just needs a quick organization. You guys may have seen that I built shelves for it and wallpapered that last year. And yeah, I mean, we have not been here that long. And so yeah, it needs a little bit of an organization, but I need to go make dinner. And I was just quickly looking at my scrap fabric and I found toothpaste in there. I don't know what that's about. But when I was in there, I remembered, oh, I got gingham for the bench downstairs. And I can't remember where I got the fabric from, but I'm thinking maybe it was Hobby Lobby. So look how cute. Okay, that was annoying, but look. Oh, does gingham make it farmhousey? It's cottagey. Maybe it's just the color. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm thinking maybe we need to try Hobby Lobby, which I will be close to there tomorrow. Brain is a whirling. Maybe I can make that happen. So anyways, I'm gonna go make some dinner. We'll pick this back up tomorrow. It feels already a little bit cleaner and the curtains, if you can call them that, are sewn. So this is day 5022 of trying to get this project done and it is ridiculous. I thought this was gonna be a one-day motivational spring clean and I could enjoy it. We've now gotten to the point it's taking so long, the dust is settling back in the landing and probably in this room as well. So I am going to pause on the curtains for a second. And then in the meantime, we're gonna go ahead and just organize this closet. It just needs a little bit of a refresh. I wanna go through a little bit of the toys. The girls, you know, are kind of moving out of some things as they get older, which is fine. It's fine. Let's just go ahead and organize. My mom already went through the dresses with the girls 2 days ago. That's what kind of sparked this. I was like, okay, let's just add this on because nothing else is getting accomplished. This will. Say hi, guys.
Hi guys.
So here we go, cleaning out the closet. This is just a really good time of year. I feel like spring and the sunshine just makes me excited and motivated to just get rid of all the junk. And so we just went through and got rid of a bunch of puzzles the kids don't use anymore, and then organized their books, and then went through their toys and just got rid of little knickknacks that don't really make sense. These bins help so much. We keep their little critters in one. Also, my dog's hair was everywhere, you guys. It was just everywhere in this closet, which makes no sense either. But yeah, it just helps it stay super organized. And then I like to leave a little bit of blank space so that way if they have some toys or a backpack or whatever, we can just throw that in there if we need to.
All right, y'all. This was supposed to be a simple video about hanging a curtain rod and hanging curtains, and it has turned into a week-long project. This was supposed to be a day, you guys. Okay, so these curtains I did not get enough fabric for at all. I don't even know what I was thinking. I don't know why I thought I could do cafe curtains with so little fabric. Anyways, all that being said, it made me realize though that I don't actually love the green. I think it's just too harsh for some reason. I don't know. I do not love it. So then I thought, okay, let's do some yellow curtains. So, well, actually I ordered striped curtains on Amazon. Those look bad. Then I got this yellow buffalo plaid because I could not find gingham curtains on Amazon. Maybe I need to fill that market. But the plaid is just too big for the space. It needs to be smaller to have that like cottage feel because that's what this room is kind of giving off. And so then I went through my scrap fabric bin and I found this from the downstairs piano bench and it's perfect. So I went to Hobby Lobby to go get some fabric and they didn't have enough. It's fine. So they told me that the truck was coming back on Thursday to wait till Friday. So today is Friday, the Friday before this video goes live, and I found some fabric. So we're gonna go ahead and make some curtains, and I was gonna do the cafe style. I did buy the hooks of how I did them in the kitchen and how I did them in my son's room, where it's like the clip and then it hangs. But I think a ruffled whatever you would call it would look so much cuter, like what I did in my pantry. And so it'll go like kind of like this and then in the rod and have that little ruffle up top. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna make these quickly. I'm not gonna show the entire process because I need to get this done. Okay, let's do this.
Okay, so I went ahead and hemmed all 4 sides, pretty much about the same length, and then for the top hem, so that way I can get the extra spot for the ruffle, what I did was just hemmed it over one side and then flipped that down, and I ended up doing mine about 3 inches, and that's mainly just because it's all the fabric I had left, and it allowed me to have about a 1.5 inch ruffle. So I measured it down 3 inches, and then right here you can see I'm telling you I need to leave enough space for the rod. So you're gonna sew right at the bottom of that line that you just folded over, and then I'm gonna measure down 1.5 inches, and that gives me enough space for the rod to be tucked in at the middle after I sew it. So you can see here I'm just sewing that right along, you guys.
Curtains are up, they look so good. They're blown out right now, but you guys know I got the yellow fabric at the beginning. I think it's too harsh for how soft this room is, especially after I did the gingham. That just feels even softer, and so the yellow is just a bit too bright for the space. So I actually went thrifting and I found this yellow blanket that is just a beautiful butter soft yellow. Definitely matches more to the room. And so I was thinking if I put it on the end of the bed, I want you guys to tell me if you like it or not, if you think, you know, it's fun to add a little bit of color, if we don't need it. I don't know, I just think it was feeling a little too monochromatic with the pink and the green and the pink and the green. And so I thought, I don't know, yellow is also just the color that's in right now, so maybe that's why it's just sunshine is coming back and springtime, and so yellow just makes me so happy. So I'm gonna put it on the end of one of the girls' beds, and then if you guys like it, I'll see if I can find a similar one on Amazon. They don't need to match exactly as long as the color is the same, but let me know in the comments down below if you like this. All right, you guys, we made it through this video. If you made it all the way to the end, I applaud you guys. If you stuck with me through this seeming challenge that should not have been a challenge, you guys, but it looks so cute. And when Molly came home from school and she came in and saw them, she said, oh my gosh, it's so cute. So definitely worth it, you guys. And again, I think this has been the theme for a couple of videos now, that DIYs can sometimes and almost always have a fumble, and it's just that you just have to keep going. You have to keep trying, because otherwise you'll get nowhere. And here we are now with beautiful curtains, privacy for my girls so they can change all day long, and as long as they're planning on doing the laundry. Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I do hope you enjoyed it. We have one more video left in the series, and then I am going to be starting the next makeover, and I really think you're going to be very surprised as well as very excited, you guys. So if you aren't already, please subscribe to this video. We would love to have you join our community here. Give this video a thumbs up if you made it through. You don't have to like it, just if you made it through. And let me know in the comments down below just something fun that's happened in your life this week, you guys. And don't forget to check out Accents down below and enter for the giveaway. Again, all you have to do is let us know if you or someone you know could benefit from this product. And thank you again for Accents for sponsoring part of this video. I will see you guys next Sunday at 2 p.m. Bye, guys.